my camera cut off. I was making a video of how to flare the pipe. Um, Basically, this will be part two because I'm going to repost the front beginning part. But we started out, your normal cut intercooler pipe situation where you don't have the bead roll anymore because you cut it. You don't have a bead roller. You don't have a welder. What do? They'll go source somebody to do that. Sure, if you have the means and the money and the cash and the time. Me came to a situation. I had a bead roller. There and gone. Now I'm in a situation where I wish I still had it. So now I'm dealing with backyard style, basically, which I showed in the previous video. Keep it even all the way around. Now where it got cut off is what do I do to get the burrs off so we don't cut into the intercooler piping and cause a place for it to rupture. Once you start jamming this on here, you could potentially scar up the inside, make a weak point where it can burst. So what I do is, let me get this back off. What I do is I take various files. Personally, I like these small ones, round one, flat one to try to square up the base, square up the outside, get some more surface area. The round one, the reason why I use the round one on the inside is use a square one, may or may not make, depends on how you stroke, but it may or may not make cuts, like here, you know. I've already filed this in the previous video, but it cut me off, like I said. Don't know why. Anyways, just go ahead and you run this around. Keep it nice and even. All you want to do is knock off the burrs, which you'll be surprised. There will be some thin areas and whatnot where you had smacked it with either your pipe, stainless I like using, or a socket. Reason why I like stainless, you never know if you needed to weld this area onto something. You're not transferring any rusty steel, or even if it's a clean socket, transferring mild steel on. You'd be surprised if you might get a burr or two. This is fail safe. But yeah, just go ahead and you run the filer around the inside. You run your flat filer on the outside. You throw some tape on here so you don't scratch up your pipe if you're worried about it. But yeah, you just keep it square. File off the burr all the way around. Go ahead and change your angles. Try to get that as smooth as possible. You are going to run sandpaper across it, but trust me, the more you file, the easier it is to fine tune the shape and the smoothness. And then you just take your sandpaper, you just, not too crazy, just give it some smoothness. You know what I mean? You don't want no grabbing action. And that got cut out of my last video to show you how well it goes on there. You can see here, there is a flare all the way around. Again, this is not a straight cut, but this works very good. As you can see, it bulges out, goes on there tight. I don't know if you can see in the reflection the bulge here, but I got an even bulge all the way around. The bulge is good and hard to slide off of the pipe because of that flare. Like I said in my last part, don't get greedy. You don't want to make this too big because then it'll make it more difficult to get this on. You don't need it too big. Once you clamp this T-bolt clamp down, it will squish and hold its shape. So when you go to slide it off, it's just gonna flare up and make it even tighter, less likely for it to slip off. Trust me, I've did it without it and they pop off. I've tried hairspray and rubber cement. I've tried a couple different ideas holding on without a flare. All failed. Once I suckered it up and tried my metalworking hammering skills, works great, dude. please, everybody, don't get discouraged. I know I need welders and bead rollers to do my intercooler piping. Unnecessary. Um, Good luck in your endeavors, and I hope this video helps. Like I said, you could use big round file for the inside, whatever size you got. It's heavy, big, and the smaller the file, the less chances of you getting smacking on the inside. Yeah, you could throw tape in there and tape on the outside, but trust me, the file will scratch through the tape if you're not careful. Even if you put multiple layers, then you're dealing with the fact that it's too bulky, blah blah blah, wasted tape. Just be careful. I have no problem with doing it. I'm not too worried about aesthetics. But like I said, I hope this makes it easy for you guys that are doing intercooler piping and don't know what to do about the flare. Trust me, you need a flare. Trust me, you're gonna want to do this. Find something basic, stable to put it on. Keep it square. Tap, 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 tap. I reviewed my first part, and you can see you really can't tell the motion when I hit, but it happens so fast and so slight. You'll see when you start to do it yourself, and every time you come down, you'll feel this tool jerk a little because you're not hitting it square. It's not like I'm forcing. I'm doing a motion. It's doing that on its own by force of gravity, because when you smack it here, you kind of roll. You don't want to try to direct. You kind of want to just loose. It's loose. You'll feel it. You'll get the feel. Do a couple scrap pieces. You know, everybody's got scrap pieces laying around. You know, another part I didn't get to cover is dealing with like elbows and J-bends. Same thing. It does get more difficult, and that's why I use a small jaw. But if it comes down to where you're in a very, very tight radius, what I do, I have a couple solves for this problem. I have this mini anvil, and sometimes I use this jaw, or I use this area right here to lean against because it's skinnier. You can also use a 2x4 and take a sawzall and you cut a V in the 2x4. Like again, you just want something solid to rest against. You could do this against your belly. There's all kinds of ways to do it. I just like to be solid. And but you don't got room on a straight. You know, if you're doing an elbow or a 90, you're obviously going to want something skinnier for when you rotate. You want to try to keep rotating as you hammer down. It's key to keep turning. You don't want to direct your hits. You want your flare to be pretty dang even all the way around. So good luck, and no, you don't need a bead roller, nor do you need to mess with this tool, because my buddy of mine had tried that and it just makes a bunch of nastiness. This is so nice, smooth. Through the coupler you'll see it's nice and smooth. You won't even be able to tell the difference between